There are things she'll never tell you with words, but her mind is screaming at you all the time. And if you don't learn to listen to those signals, you're going to miss what matters most. The truth behind every gesture, every silence, every look she avoids when you need it most. Today I'm going to reveal 12 psychological facts about the female mind that most men completely ignore. Facts that explain why she reacts the way she does, why she sometimes seems incomprehensible, and why there are moments when you feel like you're speaking different languages. Before we continue, subscribe to this channel right now, because what you're about to discover won't just surprise you. It's going to change the way you understand every conversation, every conflict, every moment of silence with her. Fact number 1. She remembers everything. This isn't an exaggeration. Neuroscience studies show that the female brain has a much more developed emotional memory capacity than the male brain. That means that argument you had 3 months ago, she remembers it word for word. The detail you forgot on her birthday last year, it's filed away. It's not resentment, it's pure biology. Her hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for processing memories, works connected to her emotions. So when something hurts her, she doesn't just store it as information. She records it as an intense emotional experience. And that's where it all begins. Fact number 2. Her intuition isn't magic. It's extreme observation. Ever felt like she knows things without you telling her? It's not a sixth sense. It's that her brain processes microfacial expressions, changes in tone of voice, body language, all in milliseconds. While you're thinking about what to say, she's already read your posture, your gaze, and the slight tremor in your voice. What you call female intuition is actually an emotional radar trained since childhood. Fact number 3. She needs to feel heard, not solved. This is the biggest mistake men make. She tells you about a problem and you jump straight to giving her the solution. But that's not what she's looking for. Her brain needs to process emotions out loud. Talking helps her organize what she feels, release tension, connect with you emotionally. When you give her a quick solution without truly listening, what she receives is, "I don't care how you feel, I just want you to be quiet." And that hurts more than the original problem. Fact number 4. When she says, "I'm fine," she's almost never fine. And here's where it gets interesting. She's not lying. She's testing you. Her mind is evaluating whether you have the ability to see beyond words, whether you can read her nonverbal language, whether you care enough to ask again with genuine interest. Because for her, love isn't demonstrated only through grand gestures. It's demonstrated in the details, in noticing that her voice sounded different, that her smile didn't reach her eyes, that something's off. If you pass right by, she files it away. And trust me, that accumulates. Fact number 5. She thinks about multiple scenarios simultaneously. While you're focused on one problem, her brain is processing 5 parallel conversations. She's thinking about what you said, how you said it, what you didn't say, how she felt when she heard it, and what it could mean for the future. MRI studies show that the female brain has more connections between the left and right hemispheres. This allows her to analyze logic and emotion simultaneously. That's why when you tell her something simple, "I'm running late," she's already calculated whether it's true, if there have been changes in your routine, if something's wrong, all in seconds. It's not paranoia, it's multidimensional processing. Fact number 6. Her biggest fear isn't that you'll leave, it's that you'll stay without loving her. This is deep. A woman can endure many things. She can forgive mistakes, tolerate imperfections, adapt to changes. But there's one thing that completely destroys her inner peace. Feeling that you're there physically, but emotionally, you're already gone. That sensation of being with someone who no longer looks at her the way they used to, who no longer asks how her day was, who's present but absent, that breaks her in a way that words can't explain. Because for her, love isn't just companionship, it's connection. It's feeling seen, valued, chosen every day. Fact number 7. She needs emotional security more than anything else. And I'm not talking about money or status. I'm talking about knowing she can be vulnerable with you without you using it against her, that she can show you her fears without you judging her, that her emotions aren't a burden, but a part of her that you value. When a woman feels emotionally safe, she flourishes. She becomes more open, more affectionate, more present. But when that security breaks, she closes off. She builds walls, and recovering that trust is almost impossible because her mind doesn't forget. Remember fact number 1? Fact number 8. She can love you deeply, while simultaneously evaluating whether you're staying or going. This confuses many men. They think that if she loves you, she shouldn't doubt. But the female mind doesn't work that way. Her brain is designed to protect itself, to anticipate emotional risks before they become deep wounds. That's why, while she's hugging you, part of her mind is analyzing whether your actions match your words, whether what you promised today will hold tomorrow. It's not distrust, it's emotional survival. And when she detects inconsistencies, even small ones, her alert level spikes. Fact number 9. She doesn't want a perfect man. She wants an authentic one. Listen to this carefully. You can have flaws, scars, bad days. You might not have everything figured out. But if you're real with her, if you show vulnerability without fear, if you admit when you're wrong, that disarms her in the most beautiful way. Because what her mind values above all else is authenticity, knowing that the person in front of her is genuine, that he's not acting or hiding who he really is. Perfection bores her. Fakeness pushes her away. But truth makes her fall in love. Fact number 10, her love language is different from yours. And that's where the conflict is. You demonstrate love one way. She needs it another way. You believe working hard and providing is love. She feels love when you sit down to talk with her without distractions. You think fixing things around the house is helping. She wants you to ask her how she feels. It's not that one is wrong and the other right. It's that your brains process affection differently. And here's the key fact. If you don't learn her language, she'll eventually stop speaking yours. And tell me, how many times have you misinterpreted her signals? How many times did you think she was overreacting when she was actually asking for help? Leave it in the comments. Fact number 11. She can forgive, but her body doesn't forget. This one's brutal. You can apologize. You can promise to change. You can even do better for a while. But if you betrayed her, if you broke her trust deeply, her nervous system registered it as trauma. Studies show that intense emotional stress is recorded in the body, in her heart rate, in her breathing, in her automatic response to certain situations. That's why, even if she forgives you mentally, her body may continue reacting with anxiety, with distance, with fear. It's not that she doesn't want to get over it. It's that her biology needs time and consistent evidence that there's no longer any danger. Fact number 12. When she shuts down emotionally, it's already too late. This is the most important fact of all, because most men don't understand this until it's already happened. A woman doesn't leave overnight. She warns you, with words, with silences, with gradual distance. She gives you chances, 1, 2, 10 times. But when she finally shuts down, when her gaze no longer has brightness, when she no longer fights, when she no longer cries, it's because her mind made a final decision. And there, neither promises nor sudden changes work, because her brain already processed the grief, already accepted the loss, already closed the door emotionally, and that is irreversible. Now that you know these 12 facts, everything changes, because you can no longer say you didn't know. You can no longer ignore the signals. You can no longer minimize what she feels. You can no longer pretend her reactions are exaggerated or irrational. Now you know that behind every "I'm fine," there's a test. That behind every silence, there's an emotional file being filled. That behind every distant look, there's a brain processing scenarios you don't even imagine. The question is, what are you going to do with this information? Because there are 2 paths. The first is to stay the same. Ignore what you just learned. Return to your automatic patterns. Expect her to adapt to your way of loving without you moving an inch. And if you choose that path, prepare for fact number 12. Prepare for the day when her gaze goes dark and there's no turning back. The second path is different. It's uncomfortable. It requires you to look in the mirror, to recognize where you failed, to understand that loving isn't just feeling, it's acting consciously. It's learning her language even if it's not yours. It's asking her how she is and staying to wait for the real answer. It's noticing the details that previously went unnoticed. It's becoming the man she doesn't have to beg to be present. Because here's the hardest truth. A woman doesn't leave because she stopped loving you overnight. She leaves because she got tired of loving you alone. She got tired of explaining the same thing 1,000 times. She got tired of feeling that her emotions are a problem instead of an opportunity for connection. She got tired of being the only one fighting to keep the relationship alive. And when a woman gets tired, she transforms. She stops seeking your attention. She stops initiating deep conversations. She stops getting upset when you're late or when you forget something important. Not because she's forgiven, but because she no longer expects anything. And that's the point of no return. Because the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. When she fights with you, you still matter. When she cries, there's still hope. When she confronts you, she still believes you can change. But when she goes silent, when she no longer reacts, when her energy simply isn't there anymore, it's because her mind already made the decision her heart resisted accepting. So what will you do? Will you wait until it's too late to value what you have in front of you? Or will you use these 12 facts as an opportunity to build something real, deep, authentic? Because understanding the female mind isn't manipulation. It's not a trick to control her. It's empathy. It's respect. It's intelligent love. It's realizing that she's not complicated. She's just different. And that difference, when you understand it, when you honor it, when you value it, becomes the foundation of something unbreakable. At the end of the day, this isn't just about understanding women. It's about understanding yourself. Because each of these 12 facts is a mirror. It shows you where you've been absent, where you've judged instead of listened, where you've expected her to adapt to you without making the effort to truly know her. And yes, it's uncomfortable. It hurts to realize that maybe you were the problem in situations where you thought you were the victim. But that pain, that recognition, is the first step toward something better. Because the truth is this: women aren't an impossible enigma to decipher. They're not mystical creatures operating on another planet's logic. They're human beings with a different way of processing the world, with a sensitivity that isn't weakness, but strength, with an emotional memory that isn't resentment, but protection. And when you understand that, when you stop resisting that difference and start valuing it, everything changes. Arguments become conversations. Silences become opportunities for connection. Crises become moments to grow together. Because loving consciously isn't easy, but it's the only thing that works long term. There's a phrase that's always stayed with me. People don't remember what you said. They remember how you made them feel. And if you take one thing from this video, let it be this: she'll forget expensive gifts. She'll forget empty promises. She'll forget well-crafted excuses. But she'll never forget how you made her feel in the moments when she was most vulnerable. She'll never forget whether you were present or absent, whether you validated her or ignored her, whether you loved her intentionally or just out of habit. Because in the end, love isn't a feeling. It's a decision you make every day, every hour, in every conversation, in every gesture, in every moment where you could choose your comfort, but you choose her well-being. And that decision, repeated with consistency, is what builds something real, something that doesn't break with the first crisis, something that doesn't fade with time, something that grows even in the middle of the storm. So here's my final question for you. What kind of man do you want to be? The one who ignores these truths and keeps expecting her to change? Or the one who uses this knowledge to become someone worthy of her love, her trust, her devotion? The answer is in your hands. And time doesn't wait. If you made it this far, subscribe to this channel right now. Every week I share deep psychological knowledge that can transform your way of loving, relating, understanding the people by your side. This isn't just content. It's a tool to build more conscious, more real, more lasting relationships. Hit like if something you heard resonated with you, and leave me in the comments. Which of these 12 facts impacted you most? See you in the next video. And remember, sometimes understanding someone isn't about cracking a code. It's about being willing to listen with an open heart.